Great Independence and National Day tomorrow. The nation will pay solemn tribute to the martyrs of the Liberation War. On the occasion of this day, various programs are planned to commemorate the day. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has unveiled a commemorative stamp marking Great Independence and National Day. Nation today recall and observe the Genocide Day, commemorating the brutal crackdown by Pakistani occupation forces on unarmed civilians. On this day, on March 25, 1971, President and Prime Minister issued messages on the occasion. The Cabinet today in principle approved the draft of Value Added Tax and Supplementary Duty Act 2026. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman chaired a special meeting to review strategies aimed at tackling the ongoing fuel situation. The government is working to manage the fuel crisis amid the current global situation. Information Minister Zahiruddin Shopun urged citizens not to panic but to raise awareness. A passenger bus plunged into River Dolatia Ferry Ghat in Rajbari with fears of numerous casualties. Dr. Zubaida Rahman took part in a global summit in Washington at the invitation of U.S. First Lady. Dr. Rahman urged enhanced global cooperation for building an inclusive, tolerant and prosperous world. Iran has laid out a 5-point demand, including control over the Strait of Hormuz, withdrawal of U.S. military bases from the Middle East, and full compensation for war damages. South Africa beats New Zealand by 33 runs in the fifth and final T20 to secure the series. Call for unity, development, and fulfillment of the ideals of the Liberation War. A wide area of programs have been organized to commemorate the day with due solemnity and fervor. The day's central events will take place at the National Parade Square, where a formal military parade and a ceremonial flying past will be held. President Mohammad Shahabuddin and Prime Minister Tariq Rahman will be in attendance. The event will be open to the public. In a traditional salute to the nation, a 31-gun salute will also be rendered at the parade square. In separate messages to the nation, both the President and the Prime Minister underscored profound significance of the day. President Mohammad Shahabuddin in his address described independence as a nation's greatest achievement. He called upon the citizens from all walks of life to work collectively to build Bangladesh that is inclusive, progressive, safe and action-oriented for both the present and future generations. The President emphasized that the true goal of independence was to establish political and economic freedom, dismantle exploitative social systems, uphold human dignity, and empower the people. The President will also host a reception at Bongo Bhavan tomorrow to mark the occasion. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman is scheduled to attend the event at Bongo Bhavan's Green Lane in the afternoon. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman in his message said that Independence Day serves to rekindle the spirit of courage, resilience and patriotism. He reiterated that the ultimate aim of Liberation War was to establish a discrimination-free, democratic, peaceful and prosperous Bangladesh. The Prime Minister urged all citizens to move forward unitedly, keeping that goal in focus. He called for greater unity, mutual tolerance and a profound sense of patriotism to further accelerate the nation's progress and development. The day's events are expected to draw a wide cross-section of society. Cabinet members, political leaders, foreign diplomats, Supreme Court judges, chiefs of armed forces, members of parliament, educators, business leaders, artists, freedom fighters, family members of Bir Pratik, awardees and distinguished citizens will be present at the main ceremony. Meanwhile, Indian President Draupadi Murmu today extended warm greetings to Bangladesh on its Independence and National Day, reaffirming commitment to strengthening bilateral ties and advancing regional peace, stability and prosperity. In a letter to Bangladesh President Mohammad Shahabuddin, she said, "On behalf of the government, people of India, and on my own behalf, I extend warm greetings and felicitations to Your Excellency and to the friendly people of Bangladesh on the occasion of your National Day." Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has unveiled a commemorative postage stamp on the occasion of Independence and National Day 2026. The Premier unveiled the stamp of Taka 10 along with an opening day cover of Taka 10 and a data card of Taka 5 at a ceremony at his Cabinet Division office at Bangladesh Secretariat today. A special councillor was used on the occasion. Post Telecommunications and Information Technology Minister Fakir Mahbub Anam Shampun, Secretary of Post and Telecommunication Department Abdul Nasir Khan, and Director General of Postal Department Qazi Asadul Islam were present at this time. The nation observed Genocide Day today in solemn remembrance of the brutal crackdown carried out by the Pakistani occupation forces on the unarmed Bengalis on the night of 25th March in 1971 under the code name Operation Searchlight. President Mohammad Shahabuddin and Prime Minister Tariq Rahman issued separate messages on the occasion. The President described the day as the most brutal and sorrowful period in Bangladesh's national life, leaving the entire nation silenced and stunned. He highlighted the events of that night when, in Chottogram's East Bengal Regiment, formal revolt and armed resistance against the genocide began. The subsequent declaration of independence by then Major Zia over Kalughat radio united a confused and fearful nation, inspiring courage and motivating citizens to take part in the armed struggle and sacrifice their lives for independence. The President said young people should learn about the cruelty of that time as well as the country's brave struggles and take inspiration from the courage and sacrifices of those who came before them. In his message, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman described the 25th March genocide as a carefully planned massacre. He mentioned that the role of the political leadership at that time, which failed to prevent the killing, remains a subject for historical research. He praised the East Bengal Regiment in Chattogram for formally organizing armed resistance under the slogan, "We Revolt," marking the beginning of the 9-month liberation war. The Premier stressed that understanding the 25th March genocide is essential for the present and future generations to grasp the value and significance of independence. He urged all citizens to work together to build a prosperous, self-reliant and democratic Bangladesh. The Cabinet has, in principle, gave final approval to the draft of Value Added Tax (VAT) and Supplementary Duty Amendment Act 2026, along with several finance-related amendment laws. The approval came at a special Cabinet meeting held at the Secretariat today, chaired by Prime Minister Tariq Rahman. Cabinet members and secretaries concerned were present at the meeting. Following the meeting, Cabinet Secretary Dr. Naseemul Ghani briefed reporters at the Information Department conference room. He said that despite ongoing global uncertainties, including tensions related to Iran-Israel situation, Bangladesh's fuel supply remains secure. There is sufficient stock of fuel oil to ensure energy security. There is no reason for concern regarding fuel shortages, he assured. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman today chaired a special meeting on measures to address the fuel situation in the country. The meeting was held at his Cabinet Division office at the Bangladesh Secretariat. Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives Minister Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir, Finance and Planning Minister Amir Khusro Mahmood Chaudhry, Power, Energy and Mineral Resources Minister Iqbal Hassan Mahmood Tuku, Agriculture Minister Aminur Rashid, Road Transport and Bridges Minister Sheikh Rabiul Alam, Finance Advisor Dr. Rashid Al Mahmood Titumir and relevant ministers, state ministers and senior officials were present at the meeting. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shopon assured that currently there is no fuel shortage in the country and urged citizens for stopping panic buying of fuel. He made the call today at a press conference held at the Secretariat to mark 1 month of the government's tenure. The minister also announced that Prime Minister Tariq Rahman will inaugurate distribution of farmer card on the upcoming Pohela Boishakh. During the press briefing, Zahiruddin Shopon also highlighted various initiatives taken by different government ministries over the past month. Prime Minister's Information Advisor Dr. Zahid Rahman emphasized that there is no fuel crisis in the country, and following the Prime Minister's decision, the government will not increase fuel prices. He also urged people not to get panic or hoard fuel unnecessarily. At the same event, State Minister for Information and Broadcasting Yasir Khan Chaudhry said the government is taking necessary measures to allocate funds for journalists' welfare through Journalists' Welfare Trust. The adjourned meeting of the first session of the special committee formed by the Jatiya Shangshad held at the Shangshad Bhavan today. Committee Chairman Jainul Abidin chaired the meeting. Committee members Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed, Chief Whip Muhammad Nurul Islam Moni, Law Minister Muhammad Asaduzzaman, Dr. Muhammad Usman Farooq, A.M. Mahmooduddin, State Minister of Public Administration Muhammad Abdul Bari, Muhammad Naushad Zamir, State Minister of Social Welfare Farzana Sharmeen, Muhammad Mujibur Rahman, Muhammad Rafiqul Islam Khan and G.M. Nazrul Islam were present. The meeting discussed in detail a wide range of ordinances promulgated by the interim government. The committee decided to examine the necessity and relevance of the ordinances and place a report before the Jatiya Shangshad at the earliest. The ambassador of Switzerland to Bangladesh, Reto Rengli, assured technical and strategic support from Switzerland to enhance capacity of Bangladesh's police force and implement police reforms. He made this assurance during a meeting with Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed at his office in the Ministry of Home Affairs at Bangladesh Secretariat today. During the meeting, detailed discussions were held on law and order and security issues between the two countries, counter-terrorism, practice of parliamentary democracy, reforms in police and other sectors, financial reforms, prevention of money laundering, combating scams and digital fraud, repatriation of laundered money, mutual legal assistance agreements, expansion of trade and commerce, and other issues of mutual interest. The Home Minister said that the government's top priority is to improve law and order situation. Therefore, it aims to practice true parliamentary democracy. All political parties in the country have the right to hold meetings and rallies as part of the democratic rights, but these must be conducted carefully to avoid public sufferings. Criticizing the previous fascist regime, he said that at that time police were excessively used against political parties, which is very unfortunate. Ambassador Reto Rengli inquired about challenges in implementing the current government's reform agenda and emphasized the importance of making the parliament effective. Later, the Regional Director for South Asia of United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, Christian Holge, held a separate meeting with the Home Minister. At the invitation of the U.S. First Lady, Melania Trump, Dr. Zubaida Rahman delivered a speech at a global summit in Washington, D.C. Dr. Zubaida Rahman, spouse of Bangladesh's Prime Minister Tariq Rahman, is on a 2-day official visit to Washington, D.C. to participate in Fostering the Future Together Global Coalition Summit. More than 40 First Ladies and spouses of heads of state from different countries participated in this conference, which is serving as an important platform for high-level dialogue on improving welfare and potential of children worldwide. Yesterday, the U.S. First Lady formally inaugurated the conference proceedings at the United States Department of State and delivered the opening remarks. At the event, Dr. Zubaida Rahman emphasized the importance of caring for children and ensuring they grow up in a safe environment, providing family cards and farmer cards for development of the people of Bangladesh and bringing transformation and prosperity to education and health sectors. At this time, she called for strengthening global cooperation to build an inclusive, tolerant and prosperous future. Dr. Zubaida Rahman and a delegation visited the exhibition. Today, Dr. Zubaida Rahman will participate in the closing session of the conference to be held at the White House, hosted by the U.S. First Lady. In the working session of the opening ceremony, Dr. Zubaida Rahman thanked the U.S. First Lady for bringing together world leaders and partners in a global commitment to children's development. Accompanying Dr. Zubaida Rahman at the event were distinguished academic Dr. Murshid Hassan Khan, eminent orthopedic surgeon Dr. Shah Muhammad Amanullah and barrister Mehnaz Mannan. Alongside the conference, an exhibition was held with participation of 11 leading U.S. technology companies where various innovative technologies and applications for improving children's education were presented. A passenger bus of Shohardapuri Bahon en route to Dhaka from Rajbari fell into the Podda River after losing control while boarding a ferry at Goalondo this evening. According to fire service officials, the bus sank to an estimated depth of around 30 feet underwater shortly after the accident, fire service sources confirmed. Rescue operations are currently ongoing. One unit from the Bangladesh Fire Service and Civil Defence Goalondo Station and a diving unit from Aricha Station are working at the scene, the official said. Additionally, 2 more diving units from Dhaka and Faridpur have been dispatched to assist in the rescue efforts. Local residents and surviving passengers reported that approximately 5 to 7 passengers managed to escape from the bus immediately after the accident. Fire service personnel already located the sunken bus. Efforts are now underway to rescue the vehicle using the rescue vessel Hamza, operated by Bangladesh Inland Water Transport Authority. Further details regarding casualties and total number of passengers on board are yet to be confirmed. Authorities have been continuing the rescue mission amid growing concern. Now, internationally.